Imagine you had a prominent position inside a company and a new young lady was an employee. You're supposed to not talk to her because that's against company policies. But you know what? You just can't help yourself. You have no control. So what do? You start hollering at her. Now that's bad all in itself, being that, you are her superior and she just got there. But stop the show. What even makes it worse is you're married. And this is something that you always do. Now, of course, you're cheating on your wife and you're married and you have a respectable position in society. So when you're cheating, you don't even like to wear condoms, which means that you could take your wife home something. But yeah, you end up getting a chick pregnant. Now, the whole time the chick knows you're married. And once you get her pregnant, she says, look, there's no way I'm aborting this baby. So you're going to have to deal with it. So out of fear of your wife finding out and your career being ruined, well, what do? Sounds like a Netflix movie, doesn't it? But not when it comes to Mr. Cornelius Green. You see, Cornelius Green was in this situation when he ended up getting a young lady by the name of Jocelyn Peters pregnant. So how did he handle this? Well, let's watch this news clip and we'll find out.
A former St. Louis public school principal has pled guilty to the murder for hire of his pregnant girlfriend, who was a teacher at his school. The I-Team's Christine Byers has the court documents that reveal new details about the crime. Christine?
Ann and Mike, one of the biggest, most disturbing things is that Green admitted today that he sent the money to the killer in a package listing the Carr Lane Visual and Performing Arts Middle School as the return address. Jocelyn Peters was 7 months pregnant when she was shot to death in her Central West End apartment in March of 2016. Police later connected the crime to her married boyfriend, Cornelius Green. Court documents reveal Green paid another man $2,500 for the killing. Today, he pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder and murder for hire. If he is sentenced to life in prison for these crimes, his state case could be dismissed, and his state case carries the death penalty. Now, court documents say Green was legally married to another woman at the time of this crime and was involved in multiple relationships with different women.
So, yeah, here's what the guy did. As you can see, he stole some money from the school, mailed $2,500 cash to somebody in Oklahoma. Then what he did was he left going to Chicago for a weekend, establishing an alibi. So then this other guy breaks into the house, shoots the lady, and all of that, right? Lady dies. Guess who just admitted and pleading guilty to this? He did, okay? And who did the shooting? The guy on the right, Mr. Philip Cutler. Here's what I want to talk about, guys, and I keep talking about this, and we've seen what's been going on with Diddy and other men, and just this whole situation with dealing with ladies at your workplace. Let me tell you why it's the easiest thing to do. Okay, it's the easiest thing to do because if you work someplace and you have some level of a position over people or you own the business, well, two things happen. First of all, you spend a lot of time with these people every single day. You spend a lot of time with them every single day. All right. So when you do that, you're there with them more than you're with probably your own family and all of this. So now, secondarily, well, you have authority over them. They respect you. You're the boss or you're the owner. So it makes it easier to get sex from them. Yeah, because they respect you. That's, for some men, an optimal position. But you feel like nothing can happen. It's almost like Tiffany Henyard, the city girl mayor. The chick who, is doing whatever she wants because she feels like she's not going to get caught. Yeah, that's how you think, right? Because you're immature. But yes, you will get caught. In particular, when you're using somebody else's money to do your dirty work. And this is exactly what happens to men all the time. Careers get in jeopardy. I can tell you about a guy I used to work with by the name of Sheldon. This dude was known notoriously for trying to holler at chicks. Had a great job in the company, a great income. What he kept doing? He kept trying to holler at chicks. He ended up getting a sexual harassment calls, a sexual harassment thing against the guy. Fired him. He was married, lost the money. How do you come back home and tell your wife that? I lost the money because I sexually harassed some lady. Okay, guys, if you're going to, do stupid stuff, especially if you have like a prominent position in society, you are a pastor, you are a doctor, you're a lawyer, man, you cannot sleep with people inside your law firm. Firstly, all right? You damn sure can't do it inside of your school district, okay? And then what kind of lady would even go along with that? I mean, just think about that. Did you expect that she's gonna send you a solid? Like, no, I'm gonna keep the baby. As messy as that is, yeah, bro, you should have just went on ahead and ended the marriage, because obviously you didn't want to be married in the first place. If you wanted to be married, then what would you have done? I'll tell you, if you wanted to be married, you wouldn't have did that. That's the point, okay? And guys want to have it, their way. The same thing with these ladies. You're not going to be able to have it your way, guy. It's not going to work like that. You're not going to be able to clap everybody's cheeks, all right? Do whatever you want in life, embarrass yourself, embarrass others. It's just not going to work, man. Guys got to be realistic about these things. And these things can damage your career. One mistake, everything that you have worked hard for, it can destroy everything that you have. And once you get known as that guy who's, sleeping with your employees, or you're that guy that's known as, because it's going to be like, well, you're terrorizing women. That's what they're going to say. You're never going to hear like, oh, well, the women were flirting with me and I made a bad decision. That's not what you're going to hear. They're going to say, this guy, he preys on innocent women. Okay? He preys on innocent women. Then you're dumb enough to try to cover it up and trying to have somebody assassinated. I don't understand why guys feel like, people are not going to look at you as the number one suspect. You leave town, she automatically gets, something happens to her. All right? Do you think that you're smarter than the cops? You made a mistake. Just accept the mistake. The best way to not have mistakes is to, when you see things like that, don't even deal with it. As hard as it is, don't even deal with it. Because you know what you can do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can always go somewhere else and get another chick if it's that bad. Like, if you really want to be like, you know what, man, I really want to, try to clap some cheeks somewhere else. Well, let me stop being married, because as you heard with the video, this guy does a lot. Let me stop being married, since I don't want to be married. Okay, I kind of like her, but I don't like her enough to want to like just not clap other cheeks. So let me do that, and then go about my life. Yeah, I mean it's respectable when you look at it like that. That way I can be a player, and if I want to be a player, hey, let me go out and do my dirt. Chicago for the weekend, like you just did. Give me somebody out there or in another county, and I can date them or date a slew of chicks where I'm not doing it inside of the school that I'm working for. So then the other people will start talking about how you're out here sleeping with your employees. Okay, it doesn't end well. Of course, it's easier, but it doesn't end well. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.